Great crowd on hand for this Sunday afternoon. A critical matchup in the Eastern Division.
Well, especially when you look at the standings, John, because right now the Dallas Sidekicks lead over the Pittsburgh Spirit by 1 game. A win for Dallas today, and it's 2 games, whereas Pittsburgh, by beating Dallas today, can tie them, and there's not that many games left.
You're right. Let's talk about some of the individuals. First, Louis Nanchoff, a very familiar face for Spirit fans. He's back again in a different uniform.
Well, he last was featured in a Cleveland Force uniform, and he always played well against the Pittsburgh Spirit. He has 30 goals this year for the Dallas Sidekicks. More importantly, 10 power play goals. So if Dallas gets on the power play, Louis Nanchoff will bear some watching.
And when the season's over, Louis' numbers are going to be better this year than they were last year. Marcio Leite is already ahead of last year's pace, and he's on a little bit of a roll.
He certainly is. He has scored 7 goals in his last 6 games, and Marcio has had the habit all season long of coming up with that big goal or the game-winning assist all season. He has managed to top his previous highs of last year, and he's still got a long way to go.
This is the 5th meeting of the year between these two teams. If you were to guess a score, how about 5-4? Because 3 of the first 4 have been decided by that number. 2 and 2, they're even, and 2 of the first 4 have gone to overtime, so we can probably look for some excitement this afternoon. A key Eastern Division matchup in the MISL. It's the Pittsburgh Spirit and the Dallas Sidekicks coming up on Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. 4 15-minute quarters coming up on Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. Bill Maxwell is the senior official, assisted by Dave MISL, and Sig Brock working in the box area this afternoon. And to bring you through the first 15 minutes, here's JP.
Thank you, John. It is Dallas, by virtue of being the road team, taking the opening kick right back to Billy Phillips. Sobieski played in goal yesterday in the win over Chicago, a little bit tired, and also something we talked about before the game even got started. Sobieski has never won in a Cleveland or Dallas uniform in this building, as Helmut Dudek will bring it upfield for the Pittsburgh Spirit.
I asked him about that before the game. I said, have you ever won in this building as a visitor? And he said no, but he said it's not a problem. I'm not playing today, so we're going to win.
We'll see. As Billy Caskey, a very aggressive player, is dumped by Helmut Dudek. A holding foul on Helmut Dudek. Remember, if you're a new watcher on Spirit Soccer or the Major Indoor Soccer League, once you get to 6 fouls in a quarter, your team must sit out a player for a minor penalty. So we'll watch that for you. As Victor Moreland, the sidekick captain, upfield, knocked away by Chow for Godfrey Ingram.
Also keep in mind the field is set up much like a hockey rink with the lines, the 2 red lines and the center line, but there's very little offside. The only offside is when you pass it over all 3 lines in the air. That's the only offside violation that you can have. And you'll check out some of the penalties that are called and fouls. There's a big difference, of course. 6 fouls, as JP said. You do serve a 2-minute penalty, but you could also get a penalty on the same play. So we'll keep you posted on that as we go along. And it's critical in the 1 loss column, JP.
Absolutely. Helmut Dudek back for David Bursich. Both teams starting out a little bit cautious, a little respect for one another, and knowing the importance of this game. Helmut Dudek. Now the bearded Helmut Dudek on the left side. Z. Kapka. Quick shot and a score. Z. Kapka from a difficult angle, and Billy Phillips not equal to the first shot against him. 1-0 Pittsburgh, as Kapka will score from the boards.
A rifle of a left-footed shot. As he takes it down, you can see the defense does not get there quick enough. I don't think Phillips really saw the ball all the way. Kevin Smith was the defender who could not get back. But before Phillips knew it, it was behind him in the net. That comes at 1:26. Kapka gets the goal. That's number 7 for Z. Kapka. We'll set up the assist, I believe, to Helmut Dudek, right, JP? That's 19 for him, and you ask for a good start, you got it.
That's right. Dudek leads the club in assists. He'll get one there. And it is Z. Kapka who has already scored more points than he did last year, getting the first goal. And Pittsburgh takes the 1-0 lead early. 13:16 to go. First quarter, Doc Lawson heading it down. Now it is Terlecki. 1 goal at least in 10 of his last 11 games, including 6 straight, as Stan tries to work a little magic. Left, it's David Stride for the Dallas Sidekicks. Gives it to Uremovich in a few strides. Knocks it hard for a post score, and it is Fabiani who will tie it on the deflection. So it's 1-1, and Oscar Fabiani comes in, and actually what happens here is that Uremovich has a lot of room to come in.
Fabiani had circled around. Watch as it's brought in by Uremovich in front, and here comes Fabiani. See him coming? He just kept right on coming, and David Bursich had no chance.
Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 37 seconds. First quarter, as we look again.
Scored by number 15, Oscar Fabiani.
Fabiani came in and he was basically unmolested. There were players trailing him, but he had them beat. And all he's going to do at that point is just touch it, and it's going to go in. Unless your goalkeeper can either get lucky or make the spectacular save. And that time, Brsic really had no chance.
Well, the one thing, of course, is because they changed the direction of the ball so dramatically. That's
right.
what gives your goalkeeper no chance at all.
The Sidekicks playing without Tatu, so we won't see the famed matchup we were looking for, Topolsky against Tatu. Tatu expected to miss a few more days, has a deep bruise on the knee. He was kicked the other night against Minnesota. He did not play in yesterday's game, but Dallas won without him.
Both teams averaging a little over 4 goals a game, JP, but Pittsburgh doing it on quite a fewer shots. In other words, 29 shots a game for Dallas, only 26 on the average for Pittsburgh. Of course, with Tatu, he puts the ball on the net a lot.
Head for Stan outside of the box to Green, score! 2-1 Pittsburgh. Green from Terlecki.
A beautiful give and go. You could see it develop because they had so much open field. See Charlie take a quick look. Now he's going to hold the ball until Stan clears. He draws the defense to him. Stan does the same thing by drawing Phillips out, and then it's no contest.
Charlie Green will get his 4th goal of the season, but the speed of those two players is what actually gives them their break. There's another look, and Charlie Green, a perfect pass, and all he's going to do is touch it for his 4th goal of the year. The assist will go to Stan Terlecki, who has now scored at least a point in 11 of his last 12, and there's Charlie Green. A little bit winded there. One of the faster players in the Pittsburgh Spirit.
And it's good to see him get a chance to use that speed. He spent a lot of this season up here with us in the press box.
That's right, 10:42, the time of the goal. People that are spending some time in the press box today: Peter Mavlik, Kevin Marr, Charlie Falzone, and Freddie Gergerev. Charlie Falzone, one of 4 players to have played in every Spirit game this year. Now only 3, McKenzie, Child, and Ingram. Spirit lead again, 2-1. Ball played back the other way. The first time these two clubs met here, Pittsburgh led by 1 the whole way, and Dallas kept coming back 4 different times. They tied the score. Kasky, right side, Louis Natchoff.
That was the first of 3 consecutive 5-4 games. The next 2 5-4 games, first in Dallas was in overtime. Then the second one in Dallas was a double overtime 5-4. And then finally the Pittsburgh Spirit winning 4-1 here in the Civic Arena.
We've got another foul in Pittsburgh. That's 2 straight. It's 2-1 Pittsburgh over Dallas, and you're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. May expire with Pittsburgh still with it inside their own line, down to 5 seconds. McKenzie holding it, going long for Child, trying to flick it out the board.
Save in the first 15 minutes, 2 for Billy Phillips and the Pittsburgh Spirit. Set to go here, Pedro DeBrito has it. Dallas working it into the Pittsburgh zone. It's Billy Kasky banging it around all the way back to Stan Terlecki. We're just underway in the second quarter here in the Civic Arena. Dallas intercepts. Some space as Kasky brings it up. Trying to come back into the middle, and it's broken up and brought back by Kapka. Or Val Tuchia, rather. All the way to Terlecki, crossing in a goal. The Spirit lead it 3-1. Credit Tuchia for bringing it up. Terlecki made the pass. Kapka got the goal, and the Spirit are really running their lanes very well.
Well, they get it 33 seconds into the quarter. It's a big goal. Tuchia, as you say, keys it. He's coming right up the middle. Uremovich missing one way. It slid right side and Stan never thinking about the goal. Goes far post, and Kapka's there. If you took it back a lot further, the play actually started the other way when Dallas missed a great opportunity. Here's Tuchia again. 3 players too close. No one on Terlecki, no pressure. Puts it far post, and Kapka's there. But right up the field the other way after Kasky knocked the ball away from Terlecki. He had Fabiani wide open. Does not deliver the ball. Pittsburgh gets it back, and they come up the field and score.
That foul goes against the Dallas Sidekicks. 14:23 remaining. Spirit goals now, 2 by Kapka, 1 by Green, and Stan Terlecki has a pair of assists. And the Spirit will control. Right near midfield, McKenzie on with Tuchia. Great run by Tuchia. Good to see him healthy again to do that. Started too quickly, so back they come again.
What's amazing is that Dallas, being a very reckless and very aggressive team, has not even by accident picked up that 6th foul. Remember, it can even be a slight thing like a handball, and they've not had that, but they've not really slowed down. They've still gone after 50-50 balls as we look at Gordon Jago, and you'll be talking to him at halftime. We hope you'll stick around for that conversation. Gordon Jago, who some feel could be a very serious candidate, myself included, for Coach of the Year for the job he's done.
Nanchoff with some room on the left side. Looks in front. Bursic makes the save. That one was headed for the right corner. Kasky controls. He goes down. The foul is on Pittsburgh. That's 3. Spirit really would like to get that foul and get a power play that could carry over to the second half. Cap. Trying to draw the foul. Can't do it. Nanchoff with some room. Now the Spirit have got to turn their thoughts to defense. They do. Here's Terlecki with room down the right side. Stan. Loses as Moreland takes over, goes back to Phillips. Now we have 15 seconds remaining. Lead ball for Kasky. Topolsky with him. Adam wins. He goes down. Is that the foul?
You know, when you're aggressive, when you have a lot of penalty minutes, it's not a detriment to your club. It really shows your hustle, your character. I think that's one of the reasons their penalty minutes, that league-leading stat. I think that's one of the reasons why Dallas has been able to win as many games, especially on the road where some teams can get intimidated. They don't.
About a 5-6 on the dive taken by Topolsky.
Yeah, I think he helped it.
There's a drive. Spirit trying to get the ball on net before the period ends. We have 1 second remaining. That's what they wanted to do, was get the foul, because that's going to put them in good shape. 1:51 of a power play to start the second half of play. Kasky looking in the corner. Fabiani has it now. And it's headed home by DeBrito, and it's a 3-2 soccer match.
John, that is outdoors, but remember, Dallas had a chance before when Uremovich walked in, Pittsburgh not marking as tightly, and Dallas is moving that ball around, and Pittsburgh had 3 opportunities on that power play. They don't score, and here comes Dallas, so watch out.
Well, the Sidekicks simply had them outnumbered inside. They had a couple other people looking for the pass from Moreland. It was DeBrito who got the head on it, knocked it home. His 21st of the year. He's a good goal scorer.
That's credit Billy Kasky, too, because remember, Tuchel would have broke up the side. He makes the tackle, and the ball never really left that zone.
Against Dallas, and the foul's even out at 3-3, but it's not a factor in this period, JP, because we only have 43 seconds left.
This has been Dallas' quarter, John. They only scored 1 goal, but that's 1 more than Pittsburgh had. They've taken a 3-1 deficit and made it 3-2, and they also killed off a couple of Spirit power plays in order to do that. So they took momentum away from the Spirit, who had it at the start of the quarter, and it's theirs right now.
Kapka is on. He has 2 of the 3 Spirit goals. Both the goal scorers are on right now because Charlie Green's out there as well, but it's Doc Lawson trying to corral the ball. Works his way in against Charlie. Brings it back. He's so big, it's tough to get the ball away from him. Back to Phillips. Marcio on the doorstep. That'll be a 3-line pass.
Phillips had nowhere to go with it. He didn't want to make a bad pass and have it be picked off, especially by Leite, who was on there. We've mentioned before, Marcio already with more goals, more assists, more points than he had a year ago, and red hot. 7 goals in his last 6 games. 13 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter of play. Marcio trying to back in, loses control of the ball, and it's picked up by Louis Nanchoff. He's got McLeod running on the right side, but it's broken up by Green. With 4 seconds left, Topolsky will drive one from the red line. Phillips is there. That's it. We've played 3. Spirit to you now. It's a 1-goal lead for the Spirit. They've squandered 3 power play opportunities. Dallas has been coming on, putting some pressure on the Pittsburgh Spirit. They have a history of taking advantage of their shots. Let's see what happens in the final 15. 4th and final quarter is underway as Paul Child takes a bang off the boards for Charlie Green. He'll lose it to Wes McLeod.
Godfrey tried to get that quick kick, get it down past.
We'll look at Carpin. Stolen. Ingram could walk it in if there was no whistle. Well, what was he doing? He didn't want to miss that one, I guess. I looked around to make sure there was no whistle. I think some of the crowd was confused as well, because Godfrey, what he really did was he just put on a show. He always says part of his job is to entertain, and he entertained right there.
Well, the quick feed, he comes up with the interception, and at this point, Carpin knows it's all over.
I guess that's like a football spike, although a very subtle one.
Yeah, that's adding insult to injury. There's no question about that.
Should be an unassisted goal as he stole it. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 51 seconds of the fourth quarter. So Dallas had their gamble, and they had some chances as they moved that ball around, but Pittsburgh gets a very big goal, and if they can hang on, will have tied the Dallas Sidekicks for fourth place in the MISL East.
Well, there's still plenty of time. There's only a 2-goal difference. It's not your favorite lead, is it, Chase?
No. It's one of the worst leads, I think, in the MISL for anybody. Kevin Smith, left side. Stride, try to knock it through. Cap with a block. McKenzie and Stride battle. They both know that's 5 fouls apiece, and Bursic will pick it up. Rolls it left side. Helmut Dudek. Carpenter's still on there. Dudek over midfield. Low ball. Child turns, scores. Paul Child. Now you should be able to write it off. Paul Child will get credit for the goal. It is 5-2. Pittsburgh.
A beautiful effort that time as Child picks up his 25th of the season. He got a great feed from Helmut Dudek. Watch him carry it in, and Child will just change the direction of the ball. No chance for Mark Carpenter.
Time of the goal will be 13 minutes, 23 seconds. And the Pittsburgh Spirit. Unlike last year, if you remember this, John, whenever there was a sixth attacker out there, Pittsburgh panicked. They would never be able to clear that ball very well, and it cost them. We've got a whistle if they call a handball, and that would be the 6th foul, and that's what they've done. Handball called, so now, still not over maybe, but Dallas would need a couple of quick ones right here. If they're up by 3, Pittsburgh, that lead should be safe even on a power play. With 1:34 to go, Pittsburgh gets called for the 6th foul, but remember last year, they just seemed to panic. They would win the ball, try to chip it long, it would go wide, and the other team would come up and score. They play a lot better defending against the 6th attacker this year. Remaining in this game. Pittsburgh 5-2 over the Dallas Sidekicks.
Well, let's do your offensive and defensive players of the game then.
Okay. I think it's safe to say. We're going to give it to Zeke Kapka because I think he was a real big influence in this game. He got the couple of big goals for the Pittsburgh Spirit, the one that got them started right away, the big goal at the start of the second quarter that gave them their 2-goal lead. So Zeke Kapka with 2 goals. He continues to lead Spirit midfielders in scoring with 8 goals and 12 assists for 20 points. Better, as we mentioned, than he had a season ago. Defensively, let's give it to Helmut Dudek with some honorable mentions to people like Tuksha.
Good choices.
You're just saying that because I'm beside you. 7 seconds left. Victor Moreland is blocked, but he'll stay with it. The Spirit, though, will be tied for 4th place.